Shall we begin?
Welcome back to Crafting with Cass. If you're back for another DIY. So on this project, I'm going to be showing how I created a spring home decor lantern using materials that I got from the Dollar Tree. I also painted this particular lantern using the Pantone 2019 Color of the Year Living Coral inspiration for the actual base of the lantern too. And then I got some bamboo skewers to add some texture and to, you know, make it look cute. So if you want to see how I achieved this cute high-end looking home decor lantern using Dollar Tree materials, then thank you so much for watching, and we can go ahead and get right started with the materials that I use for this project. And I also used another square frame just like the one pictured here that is not pictured. And towards the end of the video, I swapped out the smaller candle for the bigger candle. So I started by detaching the frame to remove the glass and the cardboard from the back of the frame. Then I started painting the perimeter of the 4 frames. I painted 4 of the rectangle size frames, and then I started to prep 2 of the square size frames by placing the flaps inside of the frame, as well as removing the gold hardware hinge off of it as well. And then I started to paint 2 of the square size frames to use for the top and the bottom of the lantern. And I removed the cardboard and the glass from the 2 square size frames like I did for the rectangle size frames. I grabbed the cooking skewers to measure how long they needed to be after I painted about 3 coats for each of the frames. And I tried using scissors to cut the skewers, but I found that using the wire cutters was the best process for me, and I was able to get 2 skewers for the length of the rectangle frames from one of the long skewers that were in the package. By eyeballing, I added some hot glue and some E6000 to either corner of the rectangular frame, and then I added the skewer to it. And I placed each skewer next to each other about a ½ inch apart. So I switched up the design for each of the 2 frames and made it so that 2 of the frames had vertically placed skewers and the other 2 frames had horizontally placed skewers. And then I placed the completed one next to the next one that I started working on to make sure that everything was even as far as all of the skewers. I used one of the square painted frames for the base of the lantern and then added the glass back to it, making sure to glue it to make sure it was a secure hold.
Perfect.
I started constructing the lantern together and grabbed something so it could lean up against so that it had some support. After I constructed all of the sides, then I added the last square frame to the top of the lantern. And then I added some of the Dollar Tree rope that I've used in a previous project to be used as the handles for the lantern. And I did 2 double knots for both ends of the side for the handle. And finally, I lit the ends of the rope to prevent any unraveling.